back to my Country Craft Corner and my 2017 Christmas Decor Series, episode 16, I think. If not, I'll flash it up there and I'll correct myself. How in the world are you guys doing today? So good to see you. Just for reference purposes for you guys, I am recording this video on Friday. Before Thanksgiving, the Friday before Thanksgiving. I realize that you guys might not be seeing this until the week of Thanksgiving, maybe even the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I'm thinking, but I am making this on Friday, and I'm trying to get my decorating done and my videoing done and edited and scheduled to go up for you guys by, I want to finish what will be probably tomorrow for you guys, Wednesday. I'll have one more video after this one, and that will be of the dining room lantern centerpiece. I want to save that one for last because I think that one is going to be really something pretty special. But I'm coming to you today with a bit of a haul. I went to Hobby Lobby this morning, and with the top of my two hutches that I have in the dining room, top of my hutch and the top of my grandmother's hutch. And I went into Hobby Lobby because I had this epiphany again this morning. I tell you, I wake up with these epiphanies, you guys. Let me show you. As I walked through the dining room this morning, I was looking up at my grandmother's hutch, and I'm like, what do I have? I didn't have any Christmas decor for up there. I did cut one of the silver ornament garland that I put on the secretary. The other half of it is kind of haphazardly hanging up there on my grandmother's hutch at the moment. Looks terrible at the moment. And I said, I have really got to do something with this. This is ridiculous. And I really didn't have much decor left over to put up there. As I said, we've been in this house for 4 years, and there are places that I never decorated in my other house, honestly. And the top of this hutch was one of those places. So I do need to augment my decor somewhat in that room. I bought what I'm going to put up on the hutch, on the big hutch, last year, which is just silver Christmas trees, and I'll arrange them, and that's really all that goes up there, other than I have a garland behind the camera here, and I'm going to explain that in a minute. Well, let me do my little haul, it's a little haul here first, just to show you what I purchased to go up on top of my grandmother's hutch. Well, I have been eyeing this for a while. I was texting with Stacy a while ago, and I said I have been eyeing this for a while, but I didn't know where I'd put it, and I really didn't want to spend a lot of money. And of course, this was 50% off, and it was $35 at 50% off of $35. And I said, well, because I have no decor up there, I said I can bite the bullet and purchase this. And check it out. It's, I don't know that we can read it. It says Winter Wonderland. There we go. And as you can see, it's silver and kind of that, that grayish color that I've got on the walls, and it's kind of woodsy looking, which I really like. So I got that, and that will sit up there on like a picture hanger, or maybe even up against the wall. It might, because I'm not sure how close that hutch is to the wall. Either that, or I have a big picture holder up there, picture stand, like a, So I got that, and I just think that is, I love it. I love it. Just what I was looking for. And then I really bit the bullet again, and I purchased this Christmas tree. And it is a tall one. And this was $40, 20% off. So between the two, I spent about $50 on these two pieces. But because I don't have any decor, I bit the bullet and went ahead and did it. So I do have another metal Christmas tree I'm going to put up there, and I've got some owls, kind of woodland colored owls, kind of sparkly. And I thought I did get this too. This was 10 bucks, $5, 50% off. So I got that, and I've decided that I'm not going to make a funky bow in the middle. I have a finial that I have the ornament garland swooping and then tucked behind the finial. And then I thought I would make, you know, like I put on the little tree, little white tree in there. I thought I would make one of my big bows like this. This is, I'm going to do a tutorial. These are the bows that'll go on the big hutch. So these pair nicely, I think, with these two. You know, so, but I'm not making new bows for my big hutch. I figure I have these, they need a little work, but I can certainly make them look, flounce them back out. Plus, of course, they come with abounding glitter on them, these things do. So, anyway, I'm gonna sit here, and that's all I got, was the ribbon, the 2 Christmas trees, and that picture. So, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a bow tutorial. I'm going to sit right here and do it for you guys, one of these big bows, and I'm going to combine these 2 ribbons on top of one another. But I did want to mention one thing to you. At the end of the season, this is just kind of one of my tricks, you know. At the end of last year, I don't even know where I got Walmart. Got these from Walmart, and I believe I ordered them online because I believe I ordered them when I ordered the ornament garland, because I knew I'd want the silver for this year. And I'm so sorry to say, you guys, as I said in the secretary video, honest to goodness, I don't think that they have this available right now. At least it wasn't, unless it's come back into stock. If it is, I'll put a link in the description, but I'm betting it's not, and I'm really sorry about that. That said, Hobby Lobby has some beautiful ornament garland hanging in there, and I bet online. I have not been into, was it Michael's? Michael's too, I believe, has some. Haven't been into Home Goods, which I'm sure they have something, nor have I been into At Home, and I'm betting they have some too. So don't feel like you can't do something like I'm going to do today with this garland. You know, just don't think that you're pigeonholed into having to get the same thing I get from Walmart. Go to Hobby Lobby, go somewhere else, and see if you can't find an ornament garland and put it in with your pine garland. It would work just as beautifully, honestly. So I did want to say that because I feel really bad that what I use there on the staircase is no longer available for sure. And the only reason I had some is because I bought some at the end of the season last year, and then I did buy one more box just before I started decorating them when it was still available. So there were some available, a few in stock, I guess, or whatever, when I first put that up, regardless of all that. Anyway, what I was fixing to say is I got my garland out, and this is garland that I have used for years and years, and I wrap my own white lights around it. Whenever I moved in here 4 years ago. This is our 4th Christmas. So this will be the 4th year for this garland, because this garland, also longer than that, because this garland also went on this same hutch in our other house. So I've had this garland for a long time, and it's a nice piece of pine garland. And I've taken some notes behind you. That's why I'm looking behind the camera, sorry. I took some time and I fluffed out the pine needles and everything. And so I'm going to attach the silver ornament garland here and with you guys in just a second. But I wanted to mention white lights. Watch at the end of the season, I plugged this thing in and half of the lights were out. So instead of unfurling all these lights, I probably got this for 50 cents or something like that last year. Honest to goodness, it was not much, $1 to maybe. At the end of the season, when it was on deep sale, I got about 6 boxes of these. And I opened it up, and instead of using this for anything, I'm pillaging from this. And you can see that I took the little lights out of here and replaced them. Instead of unfurling that whole thing, I've got bows tied on this thing. It would be a test of my patience, you guys, to do that. So I just am going to use 1 box of these that I purchased on deep sale last year and earmark them for replacement bulbs for this garland moving forward in time. And I'm going to put them back in the box that they came in. I just put them back in there, and I'm going to write on the front, replacement bulbs for living or dining room hutch. And that way, next year, And I'm gonna put them right here in my pantry. I don't pack these away. I keep these someplace where I know they are, and so I don't grab them for anything else. I'm gonna put these right in my pantry in a little box that I have in there for extra light bulbs. And I will be able to use this next year when I go to pick this up, or during this season, if it's hanging up there and it goes out all of a sudden and, you know, just a light has burned out. I'll be able to go to this and grab one of these and find the, you know, burned out bulb and replace it real quick, because I know these work on this light strand on this particular Garland. So just a hint, just to try to make your life easier by keeping some extra light bulbs at, you know, your fingertips. So that may seem really silly, but I thought I'm going to tell them that I do this. Just, you know, you never know if you haven't thought about it. I know I see things on YouTube all the time. I'm like, well, why didn't I ever think to do that? You know? So I thought, well, I'll mention it. They'll probably think I'm silly, but I'll mention it anyway. Because they know me, they know I'm silly anyway. All right, let's make this bow. I'm moving my stuff out of the way here. And it's going to be a big, like I say, a 7 loop, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, yeah, 7 loop bow. And this is different than the funky bow. I'm gonna turn this around this way. Different than the funky bow. There's that Garland. I'm trying not to make y'all dizzy or anything. I'll get you down here so you can watch me do this bow. And then we'll move over there and do that Garland. There we go. I think that gives me enough room to work with you guys here. All right. That's another thing I use. For those of you who have a YouTube channel or who travel a lot, I carry this thing with me when I'm videoing in a place where I can't plug my phone in. This is an external USB battery. This thing lasts forever and it keeps my phone charged and I never run out of battery. So if you travel a lot, we take these like on airplanes when they don't have a place to plug in. If you're sitting in an airport waiting for your flight and everybody else is surrounded around the 3 plugs that they have in the waiting area, you can go get one, you know, pull out your external battery, and they're not that expensive. I'll give you a link for this in the description if you are ever interested in that. It's a little travel tip for you guys, and also a YouTube content creator tip, because I carry that thing. That thing goes with me everywhere. All right, so let's get on with this bow. And like I said, I'm going to pile these 2 ribbons on top of one another. And y'all probably hear me fussing about this because this is not that easy to do when you pile ribbon on top of one another. But I'm going to try to do it because I think it'll make a pretty bow. Plus this stuff sticks to you like, oh my goodness, like glue. So as I said, I think you're probably going to hear me fussing when I'm doing this. And I'm over trying to make my Christmas trees go the right way. They're going to go whichever way they go. All right. I would say I want the loops to be about 6 inches maybe. I know I can't go too big because of that tree. Remember I did that funky bow and I went too big and it was just not good. So I'm going to make them about that size. Plus this hutch is not huge. So I'm going to go ahead and, so I piled the ribbon on top of one another, so fold it down toward yourself. Figure out how big you want the loop to be. Then overlap, coming back this way, like that. Pinch it together. Actually, I think instead of that, I think I'm gonna do a tiered bow. No, I won't. I'll do a big brown one. That way you guys will know how to do it. Normally I don't put the loop in the round bow at first. I wait till after, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it now since I'm doing it. So make your center loop like that, and that way you have your, which I'm going to have to straighten that out when I have two hands. There you have your first two loops. And that is about how big the bow will be all the way around. So now, a twist. I usually twist clockwise. I don't know why, but I tend to want to twist clockwise. I'm sure people do it differently. That's the way I do it. Next, now I'm going to make another loop, and see, I told you I'd be fussing about this because it tends to twist, and you need to be patient and just realize that it's going to twist and just try to persevere and work with it. And of course, don't worry about it being perfect when you're making the wreath, making the bow, because you can always fix it after you're done. So there we go. I got the loop about the same size as the first one. Pinch it, come over to the next side, and then you twist counterclockwise that way. Never thought about it, to tell you the truth. And then I'm going to make this bow just about the same size, or this loop about the same size. And mount this side and twist again. And pinch. Again, I'm going to have to wait until I'm done to fix it. Take a minute to straighten them out, and then grab from underneath and twist. And make your third loop on this side. So there we have 1, 2, 3 on that side, 1, 2, 3 on this side. And I want to make one more. This time though, I'm going to, I twisted it as you saw, but then I'm going to go down here and I'm going to backhand it. Backhand it and twist and pull it up. See what I did? I kind of grabbed it from behind, twist and pull it up. And that will help that one loop hang better than if it makes it centered kind of, instead of just on one side or the other. It kind of centers that last loop. Make sure it's the same size. Take your pipe cleaner, feed it through, grab it with your thumb and pull it around. And the same as all the other bows, use the hand that you're manipulating the bow with as resistance and twist. Now I'm going to cut these tails for this ribbon pretty short here in the back. And then, as I always say, fluff, fluff, fluff your bow. There's my Sharpie. All right, there we go. Pretty, huh? And yes, this Christmas tree is upside down, but what can I do? That's fine. These two Christmas trees are upside down. There's nothing you can do about that. Hopefully nobody will look that close and go, oh, those Christmas trees are upside down, Arlene. I'm like, yeah, okay, well, I'm sorry. But it's pretty. All right, now to make the tails, I want 2 tails So I'm going to do, I need to do two different I need to make them separately because of the Christmas trees. So I'm just pulling them out. Nose to the tips of your fingers is about, oh no, come back. Ah, a yard. I'll pick that up in a minute. There's the blue. Now I want two of this and about the same length. These might be longer because I'm compensating for the Christmas trees. Okay, we turn the bow over and picture, you see how I'm piling the Christmas tree up on top of the other one, and I'm going to pinch it together and lay it in the back, making sure that the Christmas trees as they hang are going to go in the right direction, so I don't have upside down Christmas trees. In my tails. Same thing with this. Gracie's getting a bath. She doesn't know it yet, but she's getting a bath. Same thing, I've got them headed in the right direction. And in they go. And I will wait to put this bow on the finial before I cut the tails up. But there we go. As the tails hang, the Christmas trees will be going in the right direction. Yay! Don't ever let anything stop you from attaining what you want to do. Okay, now we're going to move the camera and I'm going to go over here. That's about all I need to do other than just set stuff into place on top of that hutch, which I'll do when I get out. Okie dokie, I'm back. And here's a better look at this lit garland here. I've got to find my Snippers. And I'm leaving the bows attached. That's the way we pack them away. It also shows me what I had deemed to be the front of this last year. Obviously, my bows, get up there, buddy, need a little bit of TLC here. All right, here. Now this garland is 8.5 feet long. I believe this garland is, I don't know, it's looking to be like about 8 feet. I don't know, we'll see how far I get here. Hopefully over the whole thing. But I'm just gonna start just like I did with the garland. When did I show you? I guess I showed you on a wreath, didn't I? So you haven't seen me do a garland yet. So just as I did with the Sarah garland, I should say, I'm gonna just tuck. This has a stem. So I tuck the stem, kind of get the ornaments out of the way. There's really not even a front or a back on this thing. It's just kind of lay it on there. And tie it on the very end with 2 sprigs of the pine, which works to hide that stem and also obviously to hold it into place. And I just work my way down the entire garland in this way. Hopefully this will look pretty on the green garland. I think I'm going to like it just by looking at it right now with the silver. What I'm going to do, probably go under the bows, I think. I have to unplug because I need to move the garland, and it's plugged in at this end. All right, here we go. Twist. Well, let me turn off and see where this light bulb is. Oh my goodness. Alrighty guys, full disclosure here. I just went through about 10 bulbs on the old strand of lights and could not find one with my replacement bulbs that was burned out. It was weird too, because when I plugged it in the first time, they all, you know, just about 3 or 4 of them were burned out, and I replaced them and it came back on. This time none of them came on, so I don't know whether it was a fuse or what's going on, but I wrapped another set of 50 bulbs or 50 lights around it instead of unfurling all of my garland and ribbon. And I figure if I can change the Sam needs me. I'll have to go and let him out in just a second here. Instead of unfurling everything, I can maybe change the fuse in that one, and if they come on, then all the better. I'll have 100 pretty lights on this. If not, I'll have 50, so it's all good. But I wanted to do full disclosure on that, to tell you that I actually, for once in my life, got a little lazy and didn't do, I wouldn't say it was lazy, but I just didn't feel like taking everything back apart. It's just awful. But anyway, I gotta go let Sam out, so I'll be back. Okie dokie. I let Mr. out. He's back. He should be satisfied for a little while. So I am going to move us into the dining room now, and we're going to work on the top of the 2 hutches. Not sure how I'm going to set that up, but I'll figure it out. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okie dokie. I've got a little stool here, so I'm going to, I really don't do ladders very well. I am going to try to use this little stool just to pick me up just a little bit, and I can grab this off of there. Oh. I have a big picture hanger up there too. So. Around that. Okay. This is a trick that she always used to do. This is like a canister that she always kept colored water in. I don't know whether I can do this or not. Hang on. This is a candy dish. Remember I told the story of Kim the boxer, who always used to take the lid off the candy dish bowl. I think I want that up here too, just because it's a good memory, and it brings a pop of color in, which I really like. babe. Go see him. Hi, buddy. I see him. Come say hi, bud. Hi, what you doing? You good boy. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Such a good boy. Chris came in and helped me do the top of the hutch. Let me turn out this light, see if I can get it to... I'll take some still pictures of it at night. You can see the lights up there. The second set of lights that works. Can't believe I did that, but hey, I'm tired. And then added all of the silver Christmas trees up there, and that's all I'll do up there. The 3 big fat bows, silver bows. I had to vacuum because they had glitter. It looked like Glitter City in here. So I vacuumed. But I wasn't sure I would like the silver ornament garland in with the pine garland, but I do. I love it. I think it looks super pretty. And with that tree sitting next to it with that church and Christmas tree there and the LED blue lights. I think it's pretty. So that is it for this, my second to the last video in the episodes that are going to be of the inside of the house. I have one more left to do that should go up on Wednesday before Thanksgiving, probably tomorrow as you're watching this video. But I just have this arrangement. You can see I have all the parts and pieces sitting here and maybe some more down there. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do with that one quite yet. That's my grandma's lamp, and I'll make an arrangement for around there. And I kind of have the other things set up on the table. Just the white trees. This is the candle that will go in this lantern, and then this lantern will be in that video too. I'm going to cut the green off of these white poinsettias. Look out. Silver Merry Christmas. But that's all the parts and pieces that will go in the lantern and the lantern big funky bow lantern topper with these 3 ribbons. I think it's going to be really pretty. I hope anyway. But for now, that's it, you guys. The big hutch and the little hutch done. Swept there up for Christmas. So once I get the lantern done and then my grandmother's lamp centerpiece done, I think it'll pull it all together in here, and it'll look sweet and pretty and have a blue hue everywhere in here, which I am thrilled with. I may have to revisit this wreath too. I meant to do that in this video. All I really wanted to do with this, it really doesn't need anything done with it, and I very well might leave these lights on here. I was going to switch these lights out to fairy lights, but I think I'll leave them on there. I do have a tutorial, I think, a voiceover tutorial for this one. Anyway, here's all my stuff. But that's it for this one, you guys. Hey everyone, how are y'all doing? Well, I know I just said that I was super happy with this and I just loved it and yada yada yada. Well, got news for you. I really don't like it that much. It needs a little something else. This one and the one over on my secretary. So I'm coming back real quick in this video, and I'm going to go over there and revisit the one on the secretary too. And we're going to revisit this. Just the garland part of it. And see if I can bump it up a little bit and see if I can camouflage this. You can see the stem. And yes, I know I'm picky. I know I'm anal retentive. I know all that. But I just can't, I can't stand it. Every time I walk by it, I'm like, ugh, something needs to be done. So I just went to Michael's and I did not buy much. But I did buy a sprig of these silver leaves, and I brought a couple of sprigs of this white and silver. So I'm going to cut half of it apart for this here, and I'll use half here and half over there, and I've got a whole one, another one of these. So I don't know whether I'll need a whole one, but we're going to work with this a little bit and see what I can come up with. So hang on here and let me see what I can do. Use some of these. Not all of these are, let's see, I have one that's kind of a silvery, shimmery silver, and the rest are kind of, well, no, I'm fibbing. There's like 4 stems on there that are the shimmery. So I want to kind of go with the blingy ones. So let me cut this apart. Be right back. So I don't have enough to do an even amount in both. So I'm just going to probably have to get some tie wraps. I can kind of hang it on the one of the stems. I think so. All right, now I'm going to go over there and work with the secretary a little bit. And okay, I'm back, and I decided I wanted to make a bow, just a tiered bow to go up on the finial, right in the middle of the secretary's garland. So I'm just going to make a tiered bow, like I say, just with one ribbon. So you take the end. I'm going to do a quick tutorial here for you guys. Take the end, fold it towards yourself. Come down here, bring up the other end, and pinch it together. Twist, and this is going to make your center loop. Just kind of turn it under itself, right like that. And pinch it together. This is one-sided ribbon, so you're going to need to twist each time you go to make your next loop. And with each loop, it's going to be just a little bit longer, quarter to no more than a ½ inch longer than the next one. Twist it. That kind of came out twisted, didn't it? Come over to the other side and do the same thing. Tiered, meaning it's going to get a little bit bigger with each level of loop. Here's your top. Next, we're going to do at least a 3 loop bow with 3 tails. Probably a 4 loop bow, just because I think they are a little bit prettier. And again, just a little bit longer than the one before it. Let's do one more. There we go. Make that one a little bit longer. I made that one right about a 1/2 inch. I don't know, I'm just eyeballing it here. And there we go. And then to make your tails, twist it. And then you kind of grab it from behind and twist and pull it up. And that will give you 1, 2. You just made 1 big loop, and then the third loop, or the third tail, you'll cut this one in half, and then the third tail will be what's left on the bolt. And do I have scissors? I have scissors. Let me go ahead and cut that off of the bolt. Take your pipe cleaner, feed it through the loop. And Chris is blowing leaves out there, so pardon him. Over and around the middle. Same thing, use your hand that you're holding the bow with as resistance and twist that pipe cleaner. And we'll tie it on the finial with the pipe cleaner. Go ahead and cut this big loop in half. And I will dovetail those once I get it on the finial. And there we go. You have a 4 loop, 4 meaning 4 on each side of center. Again, most important part of any bow is the fluffing. And I'm going to pick you guys up and take you over here. Maybe if I can get around this table. Cut the 2 end pieces up at an angle. They will stay there. And I think that's all I'm going to do with this. I'm going to try to manipulate. All right, buddy, you need to go out. Sam just got a bath. You're a big fluff ball. You have to go outside. Yes. Not that way. Let's go this way. Come on. You have to go out, Miss? Huh? Come on, Grace. You got to go out. Oh my goodness, it just hit you like crazy, huh? All right, let's go. Uh-oh. Take a right. Take a right. All the leaves are pretty much off of the trees. Buddy, feel better? Good boy. Are you a good boy, buddy? Come and say hi, Sam. Good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Come on, Grace. Okie dokie, I'm back and I'm finished tweaking these two ornament garlands here on the secretary and over there in the dining room. I'll take you over there in a second. I just wanted to show you this one first, and all I did with this one was, as you saw, make a bow and add the white berries to it. What you didn't see me do was I've got myself some snow, and I put some snow in my little arrangement there. So I feel much better about this now. Also added a couple of bells to the bow. I just stuck them into the bow, just to try to bring some of the blue, other than just the, you know, the Christmas tree, back up into the arrangement up top. Yes, again, I know. I am picky, picky, picky. But here is my grandma's hutch. And I added the white berries, as you saw, to that. And I am much, much happier with this. And then here is the big hutch. It's looking really pretty. All we did with this was, as you saw, put the silver ornament garland into the pine garland. And then I just added my bows from last year to either end and to the middle. And those bows were made just like the bows that are on the steps were made. But anyway, that's it for this one, you guys. So I just wanted to come back and give you a little message about this little hutch and my secretary. And they're all ready for Christmas now. So I'll just say, until next time, y'all take good care. Bye-bye.